This is the Tamobyke T73 series electric bike, and I've been riding the Pro Max dual motor setup long enough to form some pretty solid opinions. The headline is simple. It's a power-first, comfort-last platform that delivers real speed and climbing torque, with a few quirks you'll want to plan around. On looks and feel, the bike leans hard into a rugged, moped-style vibe. The carbon steel frame feels overbuilt in a good way. Thick tubes, integrated rear rack line, and a long seat that visually says, "Bring a passenger." The 20x4 fat tires, alloy rims, metal fenders, and that big round headlight give it a retro scrambler stance. Sitting on it, I immediately noticed two things: weight and stability. It's heavy, well over 100 pounds, and that weight translates into a planted, steady ride once you're rolling. The cockpit is straightforward. A basic LCD for speed, battery, and assist level, a trigger shifter for the Shimano 7-speed, and hydraulic brake levers that feel reassuringly firm. The app exists, but in my experience, it's mostly for basic stats and settings. This isn't a smart bike with fancy automation, and honestly, I don't miss that. From my experience, the T73 platform breaks into three personalities. The base single-motor version gets you into the family with a claimed 30 miles per hour top speed. The mid-tier 1500-watt model has more punch and sees an honest 33 miles per hour. The Pro Max I ride is the all-wheel drive dual-motor one with a claimed 37.5 miles per hour. And yes, on flat pavement with a full charge, tucked slightly, I've seen 37 on the screen. Acceleration is the story here. Throttle on demand means you can ride it like an electric moped, and it absolutely rips off the line. All-wheel drive just hooks up. On steep hills, where a lot of hub-drive bikes fade, I can stay seated and cruise up without drama. If you're new to this, AWD here means there's a motor in each wheel. A quick button lets me switch between single motor mode, rear only for efficiency, and dual motor mode for maximum pull. Pedal assist uses a cadence sensor, which is a simple detect the crank's turning setup. It doesn't measure how hard you push like a torque sensor would, so your legs are more of a signal than a power source. That's why it feels more like a moped than a traditional e-bike. Let me be straight about range, because this is where expectations need to be set. Key features like dual batteries are a big reason I chose the Pro Max, but marketing claims of 115 to 120 miles aren't what I'm getting. I'm over 300 miles in, and I consistently see about 30 to 35 miles per charge when I ride the way this bike invites you to ride. Higher assist levels, real speeds, stop and go in the city, a few hills, and some stretches of full throttle. Throttle-only tests landed me about 31 miles before power tapered hard. Pedal assist at moderate speed doesn't stretch it much further, again because that cadence sensor isn't sharing the load in a meaningful way unless you truly keep speeds low. If you baby it and ride slow, sure, you'll extend it. But that's not why most people buy a 1,000 to 3,000 watt platform. On comfort, it's a mixed bag. The seat is narrow and firm. On short hops, it's fine. But over an hour, I start thinking about swapping it for an aftermarket cushion. The rear suspension is tuned stiff, likely to support the higher max load rating and 2-up riding. That's great with a passenger or gear. Solo, it can feel harsher than you'd expect from a full suspension frame. The upside is control. No wallow, no pogo. It tracks cleanly over rough asphalt, dirt paths, and grass. The fat tires add a layer of cushion and grip. I've taken it across patches of sand and loose gravel, and the bike stays composed if you keep a light touch on the bars. Braking is where the build makes sense. Hydraulic disc brakes are standard across the series, and they're the right call. Stopping a bike this heavy from north of 30 miles per hour takes real bite, and these deliver. The trade-off is pad wear. Hard riding, heavy loads, and higher speeds will chew through pads faster than a lighter commuter. Mine shipped with spare pads in the accessories, which I appreciated, and I'd keep a set on hand. Basic tools and a quick YouTube search make swaps manageable even if you're new. I did run into one hiccup early on. My bottom battery wasn't talking to the system correctly. Support helped me sort it out, but I'll say what I wish I knew on day one. Test both batteries separately and together the moment you assemble the bike. The good news is assembly is mostly done out of the box. You pop on the front wheel, bars, and a few bits, check bolts, and go over the brakes and gears like you would on any shipped bike. Key features that keep me on this platform are clear. The dual-motor AWD punch makes hills feel flat. The heavy carbon steel frame gives it a sturdy, predictable feel, especially with a passenger. The dual battery setup is convenient for longer days. I can ride, charge one while using the other, and avoid range anxiety in town. The hydraulic brakes inspire confidence and have stayed consistent in the wet. Utility is underrated too. The long saddle and foldable passenger pegs make it practical for two. I've carried a friend and a backpack without the bike feeling sketchy. In my opinion, this is a legit short-range utility machine that happens to be fun. It's perfect for riders who value raw power, need real hill climbing, and plan to use throttle a lot. If your commute is under 15 miles each way, you'll be happy. It's perfect for weekend exploring on mixed surfaces, quick store runs, and zipping around neighborhoods. I'd recommend this for heavier riders, folks living in hilly areas, delivery riders who want speed and stability, and anyone who likes the moped vibe but wants pedals as an option. If comfort is your top priority, plan for a seat swap and consider softening the rear shock if you ride solo most of the time. In conclusion, the Tamobyke T73 series is a power-first e-bike platform with genuine speed, strong brakes, and real utility. It's not a featherweight commuter, and it's not a long-range tourer. It's a stout, fast, fun machine that trades some comfort and efficiency for torque and stability. From my experience, treating it like an electric moped with pedals sets the right expectations. Keep your rides within 30 to 35 miles when you're using the power. Keep spare pads ready, and you'll have a grin every time you twist the throttle. If you want the look, the punch, and the two-up capability, it delivers. If you want featherlight and super efficient, this isn't it. Please check the comments section for detailed information about the Tamobyke T73 series electric bike. Thank you for watching.